Hello and welcome to the channel, and welcome today to Project Aura from Pixel Quality Games. This game is currently in early access, so we're going to take a little look at it and see what it's all about. It is a simulation strategy game where you are trying to basically take control and rebuild a little colony of people who survived a climate disaster. It's a pretty cool concept. I've had a little bit of a go with it. I've got a couple of problems, but nothing that's like makes me say it's a bad game. It's just that it's one of them things where, like from other games that I've played, where I kind of feel like it lacks early game. I'll try and demonstrate what I mean. As I say, this is not for me saying that I think this game's bad. It's just that I kind of want to show you, so we're going to be going right from the beginning. So we just go into that. Next. What do we want our guys to look like? Well, we'll auto-gen a name, because that really doesn't matter. What colour do we want? We'll random that there, we'll random that there, and we're going to be the most colourful person. And you can also have a badge if you really do so wish, which we'll put somewhere there. Sure, there's our guys. Lovely, colourful people. And for now, I'll put it onto low difficulty. So, yeah, let's just go with that. And I will show you now where I'm unsure. I like the game, but I have some little problems with it. So this is your colony. You'll be building a colony on top of a sea. Pretty similar to the like the platforms in Anno, which I think is probably one of the reasons where I'm getting it, because I keep comparing this game a lot to Anno, and I sometimes think that's kind of unfair in regards, since this is an early access game and obviously Anno's finished. Big difference. So the reason I do like this game, or one of the things that I really like, is there's some serious level of like micromanagement within your buildings, but then it also kind of kills it pretty fast, and I'll show you now exactly what I mean anyway. So let's say, for example, I want to build my first residential block. So here's the materials that I need here. I can just open up the marketplace and buy them. One thing I do love about this game is how customizable the windows are. You can literally move pretty much every window, you can resize them, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, if I remember rightly, you can also do this. There you go. You can drag the template of whatever building you want to build, drag it into the marketplace, and it'll automatically put it down whatever you want to buy. That is ridiculously useful, and I do love that quite a lot. So now we can drag that template, and we can just use the mouse wheel to turn it any way we want, and I think for now we will stick it probably here. So there we go. We have our first like residential area set up, but not quite. So at the minute, all of our people are in cryogenic stasis. So we can wake them up, and here's our list here of people that we currently have available. Now, where the extra parts start to come in is you can also open up this. If you hold down left click, you can then bring up an extra menu. And this is kind of like the jobs that these buildings can process. So like when you start to set up production lines, this is how you set it up. Now, your residential area can do one as well, which if you hover over them, it'll tell you what you need. So I need a director for the building. So I need an actual person who can fulfill a director's role, which currently I don't have. Now this is kind of one thing that I had a slight problem with. While I understand the joy of kind of random people appearing in your game, and how desperate you can be to find them sometimes, like when I first played this, I sat for a fair while with the game speed maxed, waiting for a director, and couldn't get one. And it was massively annoying. So, I mean, there's that, so I'm going to have to sit and wait for that. I may actually just turn the game speed up while we do that. But, then obviously, the main reason why we're going to be doing this is because you can put a blueprint on this for organic waste recuperation. So, it'll try and make fertiliser from the building, which is pretty cool, and it's used in different food production lines. So, again, pretty useful. Food is a pretty big thing on this. It's quite cool the way you do your ration. So what we'll actually do is I'll try and show you that now before I actually get first people. So this is where you would actually build your menus, and you also have set bonuses. So there's 3 main components to every person. So they're hydration, nutrition, morale. Food helps increase all 3 of these. So they lose all these every single day. It goes down by percentage. I can't remember how much it goes down by. But this is aimed to recuperate it. So at the minute we can't grow it or fund it anyway, so we can just buy it from a market, luckily. So I'm going to buy loads of water and seaweed. So let's say if we take 100 of them each. Now that'll be in my inventory, and we can put that into the larder. And then we can put this into menu 1, so each person will get 1 ration of water and 1 ration of seaweed every day. And then we can just activate that, and then once that's actually, we have people, it'll actually calculate how many days we've got food for, and it'll show you the bonuses. There's actually just been some more people possibly to wake up, so we'll go ahead and see if we can grab anyone. Nope, still no directors. Joy. Well, in the meantime, we can always get the blueprint for the building. So I'll show you that, which, if I remember rightly, it's in this one. No, must be the second one. There it is. So we want one of them. So if we want to put that into here, we can come to this lovely grid. As I say, you can do all kinds of stuff with these grids. You can move these things absolutely anywhere. You can make the window bigger. So we just want to drag that blueprint into here. And then we want to actually connect these, so it already says here, the green text is the ideal thing, so it wants these to link organic waste, so you can literally just link that, and then they now function with each other. However, for this to actually work properly, it is going to need a recycler. Well, ideally it needs a recycler to work in it, which hopefully we can at least have one of those. Programmer, operator, pilot, technician. Nope, we can't even get one of them. So, again, we're going to have to wait a little bit more, because I don't want to get people just for the sake of getting people. So we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer. So maybe we can start building up some of the other buildings, and I'll kind of show, maybe that'll give me better premise to actually show you some of the things that I sometimes dislike a little bit. So let's say we want to set up a seaweed farm. So this, obviously, we'd be able to grow our own seaweed, so I wouldn't need to keep buying it. Pretty simple stuff. So we want to build one of these. I think that's because I'm in the wrong part, possibly. There we go. Bang. So now we can afford one of these, and once again we just drag that off there. We'll stick it over here in this corner, and there you go, that's up. So to make this one function, we're going to need another director. We're also going to need to be able to dry seaweed, and we're also going to need seaweed fattening. Oh, some more colonists to awake. We will just quickly check that again. No, technicians will be useful shortly, but not just yet. Now, so we might as well again buy those blueprints while we're here, which again I believe is here. So we want that, and we want that. Bang, we've got those. So we can put those into here, and we can get those all connected up like that. And again, it'll just show us who's basically best for the role. So here we know we need farmers here. So we need 2 farmers here, and we need some operators here. So, I do believe there was an operator. H operator. Let me just double check that that's not a different thing. Technicians, versatile, farmers, researchers, recycler, programmer, pilot, operator, H operator. What's H operator? Well, this doesn't say anything about H operator in this. It just says operator, so I'm assuming. Oh, there you go, compatible. So an H operator would work, but ideally it's just a standard operator. So I think we'll actually wait on that just a little bit longer. No food supplies to feed our citizens. We do. I have it here. We don't have any citizens yet. That's the bigger problem. Okay, so let's put the game speed up. This is one thing I did kind of feel like there's no real feel that the game speeds up. I don't know. Let's try some more. Still more people to wake up. Director, I saw one. Right, let's wake him up. Yes. Right, let's just turn the game speed back down. Okay, so now we can go into this building here. We can see we have one unemployed person here. We can take that person, we can drag them into here. And then we already know that this ideally is a director connected. So now that is ready to function, apart from we still need one recycler. So hopefully we can grab one of those. I'm pretty sure there was one. Nope. So we still can't get this up and running until we get one of those. So there we go. There's not another directors to start getting this one up and running either. However, there is... We need operators and farmers, correct? Yes. So we can get at least one farmer here. Any other? Not yet. Okay, well, we'll just get this guy in place for now. So, we've got our operator here. No, sorry, our farmer, even. So we can drag and put them there. Junior farmer, ideal farmer. There you go, connected. So, once we've got all these different people in place ready to go, we'll actually be able to open these up to get them started. Now for this, it needs 100 fertiliser. From what I've seen, at the minute, there's no way to actually buy fertiliser. It's one of the few things that I've actually been completely unable to purchase. Most things at the start of the game you can just purchase, which isn't too bad. I'm just going to double check in case I've missed any patches, because I know there was a patch a day or two ago. And I just want to double check that I haven't missed anything completely. So, nope. 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 No. And no. Right, so the only way I currently know 100% to get fertiliser is for this waste disposal thing. So that's one thing that we're still trying to sort out. So we just need one recycler and we can actually get that started. Let's just double check again. Has anyone become available? Not yet. Oh, actually, now that we do actually have food here. This is still saying that we... I love it, it keeps spamming saying that I don't have any food to feed our colonies. But I do. I have 2 colonists, so they're fine for 50 days. So they're gaining plus 2.5 hydration, plus 2.5 nutrition, and plus 1 morale. So they're quite happy with that. For now. Obviously this is very basic. Eventually higher class citizens will need better stuff and all that kind of... And obviously more varied diet obviously makes people happier. That kind of thing. So this is now pretty much all I can do. Again, I can speed up the game. Not that, as I say, you can't really feel much going on apart from reading text dropping down, but this is where my problem starts to set in with it. I love the concept and I love the style of the game, and I love how you can micromanage all the things, but I think the randomness might hurt it a little bit in like the early game. Because like usually in like these standard games you can get like a couple of houses set up, you can get like your first very basic bit of like food production or anything like that set up fairly reasonably, like maybe a couple minutes in, maybe 20-30 minutes in, whereas this it can take up to anything from what I've seen. I just have to sit here and wait, and that's kind of where I'm unsure with it. As I say, this is early access, so all this is probably going to completely change, but as of the... let me just check the date, I completely forgot the date. As of the 12th of January, which is when I'm recording this at the minute, I kind of don't know. It's one of those weird ones. I think if you really love the game and you don't mind literally just sitting here and waiting and watching it all unfold, it's probably great. But I don't know, maybe it's just because I haven't got as much time to dedicate to these as I used to, that I don't like having nothing to do at the start. I'm kind of one of these people, particularly in like, since this is on the basis of like a strategy survival simulator thing, that there should be a lot to do, particularly at the start, and maybe it slows down a little bit later, maybe. But this kind of doesn't. It just sits here. Oh, we have a recycler. Okay, here we go. We can quickly pull that in. Yes, we want to wake up that survivor, so they'll go to the portal, and off they zoom, and now they're over here. Up they go in the little lift. Okay, so now we can actually put this to work, and we can get kind of like our first production line actually set up. So there we go, and then we can just click we'll restart production after completion of the current one. Yep, so we just want to keep, want that to keep on going. Now that's now going to start to make me fertiliser, and here's where my next problem kicks in. So for me to actually get this building completely operational, I need 100 fertiliser. The rest of it I can buy from the market. Now, this building, we're currently running on the best game speed that this can go, so we can't go any faster, and this is the progress bar towards me building fertiliser. Every time this fills up I should build about 10. And yeah, didn't you just click start? I think that was just an auto select, so I think that was my fault. I hadn't actually clicked start on that particular one, but there we go. Now it's actually green, so it should actually work. So say this is on the max game speed now. Hopefully. I'm hoping they fix this. If they fix this now, that'll be awesome, and then all my complaints before this hand are completely void. So we're now just waiting for that to fill up. This has actually, it does feel like this has been increased actually, just a little bit. So that's actually quite good. Right, can we get any more people? We need another director at least. So we're still waiting on a director. We haven't got any more farmers, and there's no operators at all apart from H operators, which I'm more of a person that prefers to deal in the ideal rather than... Yeah, so this has actually gone up. This does definitely seem like it's gone up in pace compared to when I first played it, which is... I'm pleased with that, because that means that they're paying attention, because I saw quite a few people complaining that this is more of a building if you've got the patience for it. And I would definitely agree. It's probably great if you've got the patience, because I mean I've seen some of like the later game builds, and they do look it looks very cool, everything that you can do, but it just takes a very long time to get everything set up. And I don't know, maybe that hurts it a little bit, maybe it doesn't. I think that it's probably true what they say. It is completely based on patience. But I do feel like this would maybe, like a ×4 speed, that maybe that should be going a little bit quicker, maybe? I don't know, maybe. I think that's going to take a lot of tweaking to get that right. Oh, there's another director. Well, we'll snap you straight up. I don't know if I've overlooked this as well. There doesn't seem to be any indicator anywhere of like how many people can fit in one of these residential buildings. I'm yet to feel like I've anywhere near maxed it. But a lot of these menus don't seem to really do much. It's kind of annoying. So there you go, I've just earned 10 fertiliser. So I've still got to get another 90 of that before I can even start this process that's in here. So obviously I've still got to also get the people, but yeah, it's a very slow process getting it all up and running. But I do absolutely love these little management screens. I think these are great, but I find... Maybe it should be a bit more random at the start. Maybe at the very start of the game there should be... Maybe there should just be more customized to like people that you start with, possibly. So like you can always get like a director, a couple of farmers potentially. Just something just so you can get like your first couple of buildings up and running. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't work in the long run, because then you're kind of killing the challenge of the start, but it kind of has that element of like, if you get a bad start, you could be sitting like this for a very long time. I don't know, but yeah, this is a little bit into Project Aura. I probably will come back and look at this later on. At the minute, honestly, I can't give it enough time to really get into the late game. In all honesty, I was going to sit here for a couple of hours and do it, but I literally just don't have time at the minute. So I thought instead the best thing I could do is show you a little bit of first impression and voice the initial concerns that I've got with it. I think it's going to be great, and it's one of these that I've kind of fallen in love with, because I like the concept, but I am worried that there's things that need to be changed. But I have full faith that they will be changed. It's kind of one of those. So I thought I'd give you guys a look so you can make up your own mind and basically show you what the start of the game is like, which is quite often what I tend to do. I tend to show you like almost like the first 15 minutes of play. So yeah, I think that's probably enough I can show you for now, because otherwise I'm going to have to sit here for a couple of hours while this kind of like, well, not hours, but a fair old time while this actually gets going, because this has just been on ×4 speed for pretty much most of this, and it's still chugging away. So this is going to take a little bit of time. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, do leave me the usual likes and all that kind of stuff. But this has been Project Aura from Pixel Quality Games. It is available on Steam's Early Access. You can go and check it out if you want. But this is the current state of the game. They are patching it very regularly from what I've seen. I mean, the game came out on the... It was released onto Steam's Early Access on the 5th of January. And the first patch came out on the 9th. So it was only out 4 days before the first patch come on, and that was... that added a couple of new features and whatnot, and they changed some game speeds. So I'm hoping that they're going to keep doing that, and they're going to keep balancing it and tweaking it, because that's kind of all it feels like it needs at the minute. It just needs to get the early game kind of rolling a little bit and kind of get you into it, because the tutorials, they're okay. They're very simple, but they don't tell you a lot of this extra stuff, like how to get, like you don't know how to get fertilizer at the start of the game. At least when I did it, like, I had to go into the forums and find out. So it's like that little things that obviously all these will get ironed out in time, but there's a few little niggly problems with it. But overall, it's a fairly good game. So anyway, I'm going to stop babbling, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully this was helpful to you. And yeah, this has been Project Aura. It's cool, but it is very early. So yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye bye.